cameraman. If shit get active, I'ma stand it down. We taking ground, call the ambulance. That shit go. That shit go. You best get it. Or you'll get it. You got that. That shit go. Got a problem, we'll handle it. Niggas acting hard, you better stand on it. We on every corner, we stamping it. You better get your life for this king shit. We ain't playing around, there's no cowards, dog. If niggas charged up, you get powered off. Rude of speech, keep it raw. It ain't my fault that you niggas soft. It ain't my fault that these niggas frauds. It ain't my fault that them niggas rats and your colors fly. You don't get that shit go. That shit go. You best get it. Or you'll get it. You got that. That shit go. That shit go. You best get it. Or you'll get it. You got that. That shit go.
Wanna go to war, gotta have it to the bed. Tryna cut the scene, it's something you don't understand. Getting tough on my baby, better take it like a man. Nigga, how you walk away from can? If you're willing to die, you better be willing to stand. Jump around the world, see a bunch of corners held by the VPK niggas. All the VPK niggas go to camp. And I'm on Shamar, hanging out the car window when I pull up straight to the battlefield. And I'ma make sure niggas make it back home. Say, nigga, what you thought? When anything moving, I be on. Gotta remind them we never like them niggas that you saw. If you hear back up, that'll be your last time to get out the way. The price to pay before.
That shit go.
Nah, for real though.
That shit go. You best get it. Or you'll get it. You got that.
Really serious and you're looking for a Christ man, one who's knowing it with the Lord, with the Spirit of the Lord to do his will, I'm that nigga.
One West, 125th Street. Look, y'all put y'all faith in presidents like they gon' change this country. Run the league and let y'all play cause y'all gon' make a money. Fuck Obama, he ain't come here on cargo slave ship. What the fuck he do for blacks in his administration? I'm waiting, patient like a saint. Black, Hispanic, Native, they hate your ass the same. Hate Christ in their image, paint you as a slave. God ain't all love, scriptures say he hate. African soul niggas, they know we not the same. School to prison pipeline to get you off the streets. Put you in the cell toilet connected to the sink. Molested as a kid, she prostituted as a teen. The byproduct of Martin Luther King dream. They just took the yoke off, my nigga, we ain't free. We living bleak in these wastelands of poverty. If you don't know the truth, then the lie sound promising. Prophecy, gift and a curse. Dylan started killing, they was sitting in church. Black folk forgave them, man, this shit is absurd. You should never love your enemy, that shit ain't gon' work. Yeah, fuck dying on your knees, you better die in glory. Man, I joined the UVK, taught me the art of warring. I took a nigga life like mine to be recognized. I feel that pain every day, can't be reconciled. Pops banging, my sister a prostitute. My brother got life, and somehow I still found the truth. War ready, no cowards, no excuse. Fuck reparations, you can't vanish, no open wounds. Blood on the leaves, body swing hung from a noose. I was on a run in Nashville and I found the truth. I called the school, classes being held by the shot. On my life, I want to be a gangster like a god. Do this for my brothers, real brotherhood. Everything we do, we got it out this book. My nigga, I can never be no African. UPK the only authorized acronym. We in hell, I ain't got nothing against them. That's another religion. If it ain't nothing, you hide them. Ain't he murdered by them and got a hug from your honor. That's the way out for a coward in my observation. They don't fear the Lord, they indoctrinated. Wolves in sheep clothing, Joe Osteen. Real priest bringing back black royalty. One West on my headpiece, ranking order. Can't let them trick me off the streets. I gotta raise my daughter. I got brothers at the border ducking ICE agents. I got the name change, it was life changing. My family thought it was a game. Put on all black, they said I was going through a phase. It's more.
Hey, I want to show y'all something. Let me see. When you got this guy,
Shalom.
with this guy, Shalom.
I'm Captain Tazaryach.
I'm Captain Tazaryach.
And I'm a stone cold unaliver.
I'm a stone cold unaliver.
What he said.
What he said, it's about to go down.
What we said, because it's brick outside.
When you got this guy,
Shalom.
with this guy. Let me tell you, it's over here. Now let me show y'all. I want to show y'all this picture. Let's show y'all something else. Y'all look at this picture. This picture is fucking diabolical, y'all. Look at this picture, y'all. Look at y'all see this picture right here? I gotta ask Katazar, who's these guys' names? I forgot their names. Katazar, what's the names of those white boys? And what's their YouTube channel? Let me tell you something. I told y'all wait, let me put myself back on the camera. Let me make this about me for a second. I don't mean that. It's not about me. But I told y'all, I've been telling y'all for like the past week or so. Oh, the wrong way. I told y'all for like the past week or so that I had a debate for y'all that was going to be epic. Didn't I tell y'all that? Give me a 1 in the chat if I've been telling y'all for like 2 weeks. I said I had a debate in Times Square Studios, 2:00. I've been telling? Wait, ain't I been telling y'all this? That's something like a movie or something like that. I've been telling y'all that I had a debate coming. I've been telling y'all that we're gonna be rocking and rolling, and I told y'all you did not want to miss this debate. This was the debate right here. Let me put it back on the camera. This was the debate. So of course, you know, Matan is in the middle. I'm the most, I would have to say on his channel, I'm the best. The reason why I would have to say I'm the best on his channel is because I'm number 3. He said he don't bring guests back. So Sal he brought back, but he brought me back, did a 2-on-2, and I'm just waiting on the name of these 2 white gentlemen here. Apparently, I don't remember their names, but apparently they go like on college campuses and stuff like that, and debate like college kids. After y'all see this debate, y'all gonna say they should stick to the college kids. I think y'all gonna. Do y'all see this dude? I don't know if I can highlight anybody. Can I highlight? I can't bring it over. Wait. Oh yeah. Let me see. This dude right here, the black guy. Listen, when I first got in there, yeah, listen. This brother here in that picture. Let me tell y'all how crazy I am. Listen, when I tell y'all I'm the same in real, wait, let me center myself on here. When I tell y'all I'm the same in real life, you know, a lot of people, they say they the same in real life, but you could tell they not. When I first walked in this room with this guy, right? So when I first walk in the room and I see this brother next to me, I said, "Oh, CB4." I said, "Oh, you the guy from CB4." And he's not saying nothing. And I just immediately,
I immediately put my fist in the air and I said, and I'm black, y'all, and I'm black, y'all, and I'm blickety black, and I'm black, y'all, and I'm blickety black. That's what I did. That's what I did. That's what I did the minute that I saw this brother. That's what I did. But when I tell y'all, this brother is a brother. That brother, y'all gonna see me. Y'all see that? Do y'all see that little Santa thing in the background? That Santa thing y'all see in the background, I smacked that shit to the ground. yo, yo, while we was live, and they had that little Santa thing in front of the town, I smacked that shit to the ground. And then Matan tried to get the brother to go do it. I said, nah, we ain't picking Santa up today. We're not picking the white man up today. I grabbed him, made sure he sat down, and he sat down the whole time. That's right. That's what he was saying. Oh, that's right. When I tell y'all this shit was dope, man, this shit was dope. Shout out to Matan. Shout out to Kevin. Shout out to Tazaryach. I crack my own self up all the time. That's what I do. All the time. I'm the funniest man in all Israel. Yeah, definitely smacked him. And then the whole live stream, Matan's trying to get the brother to pick the Santa up. And he would not pick that Santa up. He was on my side the whole time. We the Israelites. Shit was fire. Hey man, so the reason for tonight's live stream, of course, I wasn't planning on going live at all. There's a brother, a brother he has an after hours or dark, I think, primarily because he's on the East Coast. All right. His name is Shalomah, from the Israelite group Sons of Thunder. And he asked me if I would do a show with him or interview with him. And of course, I do interviews with anybody that kind of requests the interview. And so that's the reason for this late live. Yeah, I know normally I don't go this late, but he's on West Coast time. So hopefully it's not too late on his side. Hopefully we're able to rock this joint out. Get in, get out. That's an OG's classic. Let me see. I'm just checking something. Give me 1 second, y'all. Man. So until he gets ready, what I'll do, because I think they still running their show. So what I will do is I will open up the phone lines until they get their show started. This will keep me awake. This would allow me to take your calls. So 523-205. Hold on.
Your conference.
Put those links in here. Yeah. All right. So there you have it. If you want to call in, if you got a question or comment, the phone number is 646-828-5777 to call in. Call in. Or you can click this link and join. Now, just so y'all know, I'm going to do this. Oh, damn, somebody called in already. Hold up, let me check. Let me see if we can hear. Hold on 1 second, call, all right? I just gotta share the screen so that the audience can hear you. Hold on. Guess he wasn't playing no games. He said, I want to talk now. Okay. Let's go ahead and bring you on. All right, 202. What's your name? Where you calling from?
Yeah, my name's DC Dude. I'm calling from DC. What's up, Cap?
Hey, what's going on, DC Dude? You got a question or comment?
Yeah, I just wanted to say, man, I'm a Christian, man, and I watch God Logic and Avery a lot, man, and it was just so cool, man, seeing y'all on there doing what I do, man. Two good brothers, man, hashing it out. And man, listen, I really, really enjoyed that, man. And so I was just gonna say, look, I'm a Trinitarian, man, but I love your swag.
Why?
I love your style. You know
Why are
what I
you a
mean?
Trinitarian?
Huh?
Why are you a Trinitarian?
Well, I mean, that's just, what I believe in, and I believe it's true. You know what I mean? I believe it's true. So,
Based on what?
yeah, I mean, like based on the scriptures and, based on logic. Based on logic.
What scriptures and logic? What scriptures you based?
Well, I mean, listen, I'm not real
Oh,
versed in the scriptures
okay.
as you are. Like I can't quote them offhand. But
Okay.
yeah, no, I'm there. You know what I mean? I'm listening to it. I'm reading.
Okay. No, I would and I'm not. It's not a gotcha moment, or anything like that. I'd just be interested when people say they believe in the Trinity, because of course, obviously, I don't. I'd be trying to see what compels them to believe in it. So that's why I was asking. That's all.
Okay. Well, I mean, I was, born and raised in it, but like what happened to me, man? Well, I mean, like what happened to me is like about 5-6 years ago, I sought out to prove my religion wrong. And the more I sought out to prove it wrong, the more it actually proved it right. And it strengthened my faith. But, I like what you're doing. I wish you was on the Christian side of things, man, because we could sure use you over here, man. But I just want to say I'm a fan. Yeah, man. Hey, I'm a fan.
I would tell you why I laugh, because everybody I know, I have Old Testament. This is how I know the Lord is using me the way that He's fit. Because when you're saying Christians tell me that, Muslims tell me that, OT onlys tell me that, everybody said that. Cat, because she was on our side. I'm on the Lord's side. That's what I can tell you. So if you ain't on my side, you might not be on the Lord's side. Is what I would say. That's a little rough. that a little.
Well, listen.
Too hard. I'm listening, brother.
Well, look, I'm a black dude from the hood, man. So
me too.
Yeah. I mean, I'm a black dude from the hood, man.
Yeah.
So right, yeah, I know I can tell.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? So I mean, we brothers, one way or another, right?
Wait. You said. You said, yeah, you's a nigga. Yeah, I could tell.
Hey, you said it, not me, man. You said it,
the
not
way
me.
you said it, I said I'm from the hood too. Yeah, I could tell, nigga. I could tell.
Hey, Cap, man.
What's
I
up?
love you, brother, man. I
love you back, brother. Love you back.
Let you know I'm a fan, and
Definitely.
so you know what I mean. Keep up what you're doing, bro.
No sweat. I appreciate it.
All
right. Later. I'm trying to get okay, so I'm gonna go live from. So I'm going live on TikTok as well. So if you want to watch it on TikTok, you can watch it on TikTok too. I'm trying to see. Does anybody know? I put in my chat this back chat I got. Who are those white guys that we debated? I really want to know, so I could pull their YouTube, so I could show you exactly who they are. No, I'm not about to debate. No, I'm just about to do an interview now. But until the interview starts, I am taking calls. I didn't pin that number to the top. I apologize. Let me pin the numbers to the top. Hold on 1 second, y'all. Let me pin the numbers to the top. Hold on 1 second. So I'm pinning. So I'm just waiting for the brother that I'm going to do the live stream with. I'm just waiting for him to show up. So until that time, if somebody's on TikTok, if somebody's on YouTube and they got a question, I'm answering any question you guys got. You can call in. You can come in through the. Somebody's on YouTube and they got a question fit. Let me see. Let me just pin this to the top, and then I'm also going to put this in my TikTok link just in case they want to come in through TikTok. So if anybody's on TikTok, by all means, y'all could come in and join. Make sure you heart the video. That's the link to call in. There was some things I wanted to talk about. Oh, give an answer. Okay, somebody done sent me the YouTube channel. Okay, so now I get to show y'all who the gentleman is. So let me come back over here to StreamYard. So now I'm gonna show y'all. Who. Oh, not from that channel. I'm gonna show you. Oh, so for my TikTok audience. My TikTok audience is to give y'all a brief update what I'm about to do now. Let me come back here. Let me click this. Wait, let me show y'all this old picture right here. Y'all see this old picture right here? This picture right here, right, is the first set of oil. This is how this is where I came from. Tazaryach oils and body butters. This my body butter. This is what my body butters used to look like. Let me see what else. Let me see the last one. That was the logo, but this one right here. Let me see if I can come back to this one. How you go back? These are the first oils that I ever bought. These right here. These oils right here. Come on. Can I pause it? Let me go back. Hold on. Let me pause. Pause. There we go. These oils right here are the first oils that I ever purchased for Carl Gas Creations. This was back in 2019. So this was about April or May of 2019. These were the first set of oils that I bought. But now the reason why I brought us over here, I wanted to show y'all this picture right here. So with a brief recap now, let me come over here. Let me get the YouTube channel. Let me go to YouTube. Give an answer. Let me see. Give. And what is that? Hold on, let me see something. Oh, give an answer. Here we go. Let me see. These guys. Damn, I didn't know they was that big.
When you were 3 weeks old and you woke up at...
So these guys, so let me come here first. So when you look at this here first, it says, these are the, every time, look at this dude right here. Hold on. Look at this dude right here. Look at this dude. That dude looks absolutely insane to me. That dude looks absolutely crazy to me right there. So these guys are the Christians that I debated. Can I zoom in again? So we just finished debating these guys, me and Captain Katazai. Me and Katazai just came from New York. This is their YouTube channel. Give me an answer with Stewart and Cliff Netchell. So apparently they go to, now I never really heard of them. Well, oh, they said they can't hear me? What you mean? Hold on, let me check. They said they can't hear me over here. Oh. Jesus Christ. Oh, can y'all hear me now? Hold on, let me see. Let me add it. What the freaking frack? Hold on. Oh, wait, testing 1, 2. Can y'all hear me now? Give me a 1 if y'all can hear me on TikTok now. I'm gonna have to say all of that over again. Give me a 1. There we go. Yeah. What? Oh, okay. Thank you. Okay. All right. So now I got to back up. All right. So what y'all looking at? I'm gonna say it again because my TikTok audience didn't hear me. So what you're looking at is today at 2 p.m. today. Somebody said, "Don't none of them look right." So today, so I knew about this debate. So Matan, let me show y'all something else. In case y'all want to check my resume, why I'm like one of the most sought after Israelites. I love popping shit under ISUBK, under Command and General. I could pop all the shit I want. So I want to show y'all this first. Because Matan said he doesn't bring guests back for a second time. Remember that. He said he doesn't bring back guests for a second time on his platform. I want to show y'all. So now I want to go to the videos. So when you go to videos, you click the videos, and I'm just going to go to most. First, I'm going to show you the oldest. So if you go to oldest, his first video was 6 years ago. So he had this platform for 6 years, right? So if we go to popular, you look at the most popular videos. Let me shrink my face down a little bit on TikTok. You go to most popular videos, I am number 3 on his channel. 1.6 million views. 1.6. If I was to click the video, if you've never seen this video before.
Hold on a minute.
Wait, Lord.
Religion. So you have black
okay,
people,
so now when you say
black
that,
people, white
whatever you
people.
say with Judaism, that's fine. But if we're going by the Torah, you can't intermarry, interracial. You can't do none of that. But based on the Torah.
This is the
video
a simple question.
that I did. If you look at some of the comments on the channel, let me see. I'm gonna just go to newest. Because I haven't clicked this video for a while, so I'm gonna just go to newest. So when you go to newest, these are the comments. Black guy low key cooked them. Black Jews are the funniest things on earth. That's funny. Red and hairy. What does a child do when they're born? Let me see. Sal's worst punishment. Mike fighting for his life is the best podcast moment. The black man gets upset about him being referred to as black, but makes his literal whole identity about being black. So these are all the comments. So he had hit me up, I think before I left, and he was like, before I left California, he was like, would you want to come back and do another show? So I said, sure, I will come back and do another show. And just for my TikTok audience, if y'all want to, if you got a question or comment, you can click to join. I'm not a TikTok expert to just bring people up, but if you do have a question or something, you just click and you can join and watch. You just let me know. All right. So after this, he hit me up. And so this photo is from the excellent work that I almost picked up. Y'all see this candy cane down there? I almost picked that shit up to beat the Christmas tree. You can't see the whole Christmas tree, but there's a Christmas tree. Let me see if I got another picture, because I got some pictures on my let me see. I'm gonna see if I have an actual picture of the candy cane. I mean the Christmas tree. Give me 1 second. Let me go in my Dropbox. I will put my Dropbox over there, but I don't want nothing to pop up that shouldn't pop up. How the song goes? She gonna be upset if she keeps scrolling to the left, dog. Let me see. I didn't get a picture of the Christmas tree. But if you want to see the guy Mike in character, let me see. This is Mike in character. Look at this picture. I'll bring it over here. This is Mike in character, y'all. That's how Mike's. Oh, you can't see the Christmas tree right there. So you can see the Christmas tree right there, and you can see Mike in character. Look at Mike. Look at Mike. Now the video not up yet, man. We just did it today. We just shot it today. I hope. Listen, they're not gonna leave it all unedited, but I hope they leave it unedited, because when I tell you, it was the most funniest thing ever. That Christmas tree. So now the theme, of course, is Christmas. And so the whole time when we're battling, I got these two white boys who's supposed to be smart. So these two white boys here, these two white guys here, they are these white guys here. Give me an answer. Now, I've never watched their videos, but let me see. Stuart Cliff hit the streets of Austin, Texas. Give me an answer. So we're going to click a video, and we're just going to see what they're about. All right. Now, and again, I just want to remind y'all, I'm doing this until the brothers I'm supposed to be interviewing with live stream is over. Now, depending on how long ago, we'll see. So this is give me an answer. So we'll click a video. Let's see what happens. Let me see. Give an answer. What is a good person? Let's see what this is. Let's see.
Because I'm still a good person. And
you are. Who defines good?
Me and
right.
people in my life.
I'm a good person or what? I'm a great person. Steal it. I'm a great person.
Yeah, but
I'm a good person, guys.
No, here's the difference. Because you know that people who steal are bad, and you know that doesn't define what a good person is. So you would not be able to tell
You've
people.
got to be kidding me.
I'm not kidding you.
You think white South Africans
no jokes, no
really thought apartheid was wrong? Do you think the white slaveholders in the United States really thought down deep that slavery was wrong?
Maybe.
You think Hitler thought that gassing Jews was really wrong?
Wait, yes.
You think Adolf Eichmann really thought that gassing Jews was wrong?
He thought it was right.
You think that America really thought that
I've never heard
Hiroshima and Nagasaki?
I've never heard of these guys ever. Somebody said using the Edomites platform. Wait, somebody on Twitter. This I'm gonna show y'all this on TikTok. Somebody on TikTok said, "Look at Cap starting to love the Edomites." Don't wait. Let me show y'all. I wish I could copy and paste this comment. This brother said, "Can you show this comment? You can't show comments on the screen." This brother on TikTok said, "This brother." John Maxon 189 on TikTok said, "Look at Cap starting to love the Edomites. Don't go Deacon and Hassad on us." Hey, one thing, let me tell you something, brother. One thing you ain't never got to worry about. Ever. You see that, Natazab? He said, don't go Deacon and Hassad. One thing you ain't never got to worry. I remember, if I could find this video, I remember the first time I encountered Vocab Malone, right? There was a part, Tazaryach versus Vocab. Let me see if I can find this video. In this video, right? This one right here. In this video,
get into the scriptures, but you owe Commander General Hunter an apology. Now you apologize,
wait. Now, I try to tell y'all I'm the most gangsterest nigga on the face of the planet, right? So this is the first time that me and Vocab ever interacted with each other. Now, just to give y'all a flashback, who knows where this studio is? Let me see who's smart. Wait, before y'all answer, hold on 1 second. Now, I just created the label. Now I'm not selling nothing for all my Sabbath police. For the Sabbath police, I'm not selling nothing. I'm giving something away, right? So I just made my Sincere Red, right? This is my new oil. It's called Sincere Red. The reason why it's colored red is because it's the name of it is red. Named after, so Sincere was my name was my little street nickname when I was growing up, and Red is my father's name. So it's a combination of a father-son smell. Shit is phenomenal. I'm gonna give this away free. Damn, Cal and Quarter. Okay, so for Cal and Quarter, so I got the correct answer on YouTube. I got the correct answer on TikTok. What I need both of you to do, Quartet Kid and Kyle Smith, is to message me. Don't message me till Sunday though. Message me your name and address. I'm gonna send you a free oil of Sincere Red. This studio, how me and Kadazai started doing this radio show. This studio was Linkage Radio. It was in Mount Vernon, New York. The only time slot they had for us to get on their radio show was 12 a.m. to 2 a.m. And from 2014 to 2016, I asked you where you were going, and I don't even know who you is to be asking me where I'm going in New York. So from 2014 to 2016, we did this radio show. That's why we used to call it Israelite. It used to be called Israelite Vibes. And then when we got to school in Harlem, people think we changed the name because of Polite. We didn't change the name because of Polite. Polite is the one that came up with the phrase I came up with the phrase "cross the line" or "get the fuck out of here." But Cross the Line Radio came in 2017, and from 2014 to 2017. We would come here. And here's the crazy part. Y'all want to know how crazy it is? I used to work at Home Depot I don't even know how I did this job. I used to work at Home Depot. I was only working part-time. I was working part-time from 4 to 9, 4 a.m. to 9 a.m. And on Thursdays, I would go to class from 7 to 9, go to Yonkers to Zakar's house till 12, then go to Yonkers, do the radio show from 12 to 2, and then go to Home Depot. But I'm driving from New York to Union, New Jersey, because the Home Depot I worked at, hold on, let me kick this dude out of here. Let me kick this dude. There we go. Let me go ahead and delete your comment. I'm gonna put you on timeout. You comment again. I used to drive from Mount Vernon to Union, New Jersey. I used to sleep in the parking lot. So I didn't even drive home. So I would drive straight from the radio show, drive to the parking lot of Home Depot, probably get there about, if I'm leaving right, I would leave right at 2. I would get there about 3, sleep for an hour, and then go work from 4 to 9 part-time. I was a packer. So I used to have to pack like the stock. Like I can go to Home Depot and I can read and I can tell how they do the stocking and all that stuff like that. That's what I was doing for like 3 years. Can't nobody talk to me about putting in no work. For 3 years we did that, but that's this background. But in the beginning of this video, I made Vocab apologize. This is real gangsta dumb. Watch this.
I'm gonna tell you what you said, what you did, and then you can do right. Now I know you so-called white man, but you can do right by correcting what you said.
And it's funny I said you the so-called white man, because when I said you could do right, I had to cover myself because white people don't do right, so we could see.
Atrocity, and it was horrible. You ready for me to say it?
You were right. I do owe him an apology, and I know probably what for. I made a mistake. I said that he was the one they were going to make the doll after. I was incorrect.
I was at the one on Vauxhall. I worked at the Home Depot on Vauxhall. It was called a superstore.
I don't know why I said his name. I asked them to edit the video because I knew I made a mistake right when it was over. They didn't, but they did put a little text in the bottom of the video to say vocab was wrong here, apology. So I do apologize for that. I gave the wrong information. I tried to amend it. As soon as I realized I was off the air, I realized I said the wrong name. It was comfy. I don't know why I did that. I am sorry.
So as you can see, to my good brother that said, don't go Deacon and Hassad on me, you'll never have to worry about that. And now I brought this up because I want to see if I could find a point. There's a part in this video where Vocab tried to give me a compliment. I think, let me see.
I disagree with you that Isaiah 56:10 was talking about those.
I don't know if I can find a minute marker in here, but here's the one thing that white people can't really do. You can't really compliment me like that. It like when you compliment, you got Vocab apologize at Genesis, keep your secrets. Like Vocab gave me a compliment in this video, and it just sound like he trying to snake me. And when it sounded like he was trying to snake me, like a light switch, it just flipped. And that's when I said, you're going to be happy to make my coffee because you're going to want to live. That's how I treat them. You'll never have to worry about me with white people. But this guy, Stewart and Cliff, I can't speak for their biblical knowledge or
when you were 3 weeks old.
When it comes to being on their platform, give me an answer.org. Let me see what's their most popular videos. Let me see. Oh, no, wait, I was in the wrong. Let me see. Their most popular videos. Okay, doing 2 million, 1 point. Okay, they got some good videos out there. They do some good work. I guess they do some good Edomite work out there. Hate Thy Neighbor was filming y'all. Look at Quarter Kid. No, Hate Thy Neighbor was filming y'all way back then, man. That's what's up. So when you look at this picture, look at the picture. Now we're going to focus on the good brother right here. Y'all see this brother right here? Y'all see that Santa Claus right there? I was smacking the shit out of that Santa Claus, man. He said, Matan was like, stop smacking Santa. Stop smacking Santa. And when I smacked Santa on the ground, Matan tried to get the brother to go get and pick the Santa up. I wouldn't let the brother pick up Santa. I said, we ain't following no damn Santa Claus. Get that Santa Claus up out of here, man. But these white boys, let me tell you something. You want to know, and so remember the theme of this debate was Christmas. That's why they got the Christmas tree there. That's why they got the candy cane there. He got the Santa hat and all of that. And these men admitted that they worship idols the whole time. I had to, when there was a part where when we first was talking, they don't like to go within the Bible. They like to go outside of the Bible. And so I made a point, and let me show y'all. I love this scripture right here. I bring this scripture out. What the hell is that music there? Wait, hold on, I think a song is playing that shouldn't be. Y'all hear that music? Oh wait, I think I know what it is. Oh, that ain't it. Oh, that's this brother, I think. Okay. I think we might be ready to go live. Another, I don't think y'all hear that. Oh, y'all might hear that. But I just want to show y'all this scripture real fast before this brother goes live. All right. This is Matthew 11:25, y'all. I want y'all to remember this scripture. If y'all don't remember anything else, remember this scripture. That's kind of good. Got the little music vibing. Got the music vibing while I go read the song. This now, you'll never get a song like this today. You never get a song like this today. But this scripture, well, I think, I don't know if he's gonna mess with that. Hold on one second. We're gonna get rid of that for 1 second. So in Matthew 11:25, before I go and join this brother's live stream, it says, at that time, Yahweh Shah answered and said, I thank thee, O Father, Lord of heaven and earth, because thou hast hid these things from the wise and prudent and has revealed them unto babes. That is a fire instrumental. Now, why is that important? Everybody in today's time, what you finding out a lot is that, you're finding out that people that say that they love the Most High, Israelites included. Y'all want me to bring the music back? Oh, let me see. I'll bring the music back. I don't want y'all to say, Cap, you wouldn't even let the music rock, man. You wouldn't let the music rock. Y'all want me to be in music? Oh, somebody said, nah. So now I'm going to tell you, in 2025, what we getting into, I remember there was a time where we said, let God be true and every man a liar. The scriptures was our foundation. There's a debate demon that exists that's making you think your scholarship is your foundation. The scriptures outweigh scholarship anytime, any day. It does not matter. And why the scriptures outweigh scholarship is just because of what Christ said. Because in this analogy, the babes are the disciples. The babes are the one that are born again. The wise and prudent are the Pharisees and Sadducees, who was not actually wise and prudent because their wisdom was in the world. Their wisdom wasn't with the Most High, because when the wisdom is with the Most High, do you know that if the wisdom is with the Most High, that means that the Most High determines who's wise and who's not wise. So now it's not determined on how many years you studied something. It's not determined on how much you fasted. It's not determined on how long you've been in the truth, how old you are, how young you are, how much Hebrew you know, how much Hebrew you don't know. How do you know the books of the Bible? Can you find the scriptures fast? Do you have a precept book? Can you debate? Can you do this? It's never defined by that. It's defined by who the Lord chooses. But in this day and age, man, I was saying this on my Car Chronicles. What y'all are seeing, this is to my Israelite community, to the Israelite community that does not want to listen to ISUPK, no matter how much the Israelite community let y'all down. And if y'all was being honest out there, y'all would agree that that Israelite community is letting y'all down. I remember last year, you had an Israelite group that had a whole lesbian pretending to be a man in their group. And y'all don't think y'all need to be in no order. They had a whole man, a man. Listen to me good. They had a whole woman that pretended to be a man through Clubhouse, was invited to a Feast of Tabernacles. When they found out that this woman, that what they thought was a man might be a woman, they bought her by a tree and said, pull your rod out. And y'all telling me the Israelite community is not letting y'all down? And then that same brother, the same brother that was in charge or in some position with that group, was sleeping with women and throwing them away left and right. Y'all telling me the Israelite community ain't letting y'all down? Then you had the incident with Guerrilla Hebrew. Y'all telling me the Israelite community not letting y'all down? You got the situation with these Israelites now saying salvation is for all. Y'all telling me the Israelite community ain't letting y'all down? I can't throw Zion Lex in there because he was never, like, who the fuck ever cared about Zion Lex? Nobody. What damage has he ever done? What impact has he ever had? He's never had an impact. So I can't speak of him. So if you OT only, maybe he let y'all down. Maybe OT only niggas he let y'all down. I mean, I don't know. But the Israelite community, man, but what I am telling y'all is that there's a group of Israelites that's coming to destroy everything that the Israelite community tried to build. You can believe me, you cannot believe me, but when I told y'all what Genesis was going to do, you didn't believe it, and look at it. So at some point, you're going to have to say, hey, man, Cat might
Live life great, eating beats, let us say grace. I just want to catch me a breeze, summer season, see me by the beach.
he's playing. See, the reason why I'm not joining his live stream yet is because he's playing that music. I don't play that music during my live. So you cannot listen to me. And let's say even if you don't want to join me because you might not even be fit for ISUBK anyway. But if you want to be not let down anymore, I'm telling y'all, there's Israelites that are going to, and the crazy part about it is, think about it. So I just showed y'all this give me an answer, right? These are people I'm battling. Right now, it says the world makes more sense with God. Give me an answer. These are white men that believe that they can teach us the Bible. How long have white people misled us with the Bible? So this is so for 3 hours. So whereas Israelites want me to debate them in a little ecosystem of this Israelite community, I would rather debate them because you know what they are? They are bigger than the community. There's a more impact if I go in front of them, confound them, which I did, confound them on Jesus is God, confound them on a Christmas tree, confound them. Listen, there's a part in this dialogue that Captain Tazaryach, so the older gentleman says that Jesus is not a racist. Now, we never wanted Zion Lex. I don't know about that one, the word. I don't know about that one. But the older gentleman tried to say that Christ was not a racist. Tazaryach said, this is what Tazaryach said, are you familiar with Mark the 7th chapter? So, and they said, yes, we're familiar with Mark the 7th chapter. And so Tazaryach says, hold on, let me text this brother. Let me just text him. Let me know when you finish playing music. So when Tazaryach's talking to them about Mark the 7th chapter, right? Tazaryach says, when Christ said, "Let the children first be fed," it was not meat to it's not meat to take the children's bread and cast it to the dogs. And and Tazaryach asked them and said, "Who were the children?" They did not want to answer who the children were. He said, "Well, who are the dogs?" They did not want to answer who were the dogs, because that would have proved that Christ, even if you don't want to call Christ a racist, Christ for sure called the children of Israel the children, and he called everybody else a dog. And then you know what I had to say, as I said, and you know what a female dog is? A bitch. I had to say it because that's what a female dog is. Said it right on the live. So, and my point in all saying that, you got to actually pick what enemy you want to fight. And the problem when you teach that salvation is for everybody, the white man instantly does not become your enemy anymore. The white man becomes somebody you think you can change. The white man becomes somebody you think you can convert. The white man becomes your brother. So y'all better watch. Better watch out. Better not cry. These Christians is coming to town. Y'all better. I can't say it any more than that. You know what I'm saying? It's Matthew 10:8 said it's given us to us freely that God had to bear. I misunderstand. Let me go to Matthew 10:8. Hold up. Let me go to Matthew 10:8. Matthew 10:8 says, "Heal the sick, cleanse the lepers, raise the dead, cast out devils. Freely ye have received, freely you give." That's correct. That's correct. She had to beg. Damn, that's a good ass point. Not the Zah pulled this scripture, said freely give. Just so Yahushua would freely give it to an Israelite. But to that white woman, she had to beg. And you know what she said? When he said the children must first be fed, she said, "Yes, Lord. But even the dogs eat the crumbs off the table." And when you go to Mark 7, right? When you go to Mark 7, is it Mark 7? Yeah. And Mark 7, after she says, so here she says, she answered and said, "Yes, Lord," it said unto him, "Yet the dogs under the table eat of the children's crumbs." When she realized she was a bitch, and he said unto her, "For this saying, go thy way." That was her faith. Her faith was knowing that she was a dog. Her faith was knowing that she gets a crumb. Not that she get to sit at the table with us. That's an unjust God. It's hard for me to fathom in my head. And again, anybody can join. My phone line's been open, and I don't mind talking. So I'm saying this so that y'all don't have to feel like y'all can't do anything. But I talk. People know me. I talk all day. So just so y'all know, my phone lines are open. You can join on TikTok. You can join on StreamYard. I don't mind talking though. But it's impossible for me to believe that the Most High, in his infinite wisdom, in his infinite judgment and punishments of us, would allow us to go through what we went through, but nobody else goes through that, what we went through. That's an unjust God. If I was to go to the book of Isaiah, chapter 47, this is one of my favorite scriptures. It's Isaiah 47, verse 6. It says, "I was wroth with my people. I had polluted mine inheritance and given them into thine hand. Thou didst show them no mercy. Upon the ancient hast thou heavily laid thy yoke. And thou said, I shall be a lady forever. So thou didst not lay these things to thy heart, neither did thou remember the latter end of it. Therefore, hear now this, thou that art given the pleasures, thou that dwellest carelessly, thou that sayest in thine heart, I am, and none else beside me. I shall not sit as a widow, neither shall I know the loss of children. But these two things shall come to thee in the moment of one day, the loss of children, and widowhood. That's what's coming to the so-called white man. It's just that simple. It's not hard. It's not rocket science. It's not any of that. If you go to the book of Revelations, most people go to 13. I don't mind 13. In Revelations 18:5, it says, "For her sins have reached unto heaven." Aren't y'all seeing? If you got a question, I see you on TikTok. You say you got a question. You can put it in the chat if you got a question, or you can join if you got a question. I would just type it fast because when this brother let me know he finished playing music, I'm gonna hop on his live stream. Now I'll let y'all join for the live stream. That's not a problem. But if you got a question, you need to type it fast. It says, "For her sins, having to sin." Like, I don't know how much we can take. There's a scripture in the Bible where it says that the Most High cut the time short, or there be no flesh left. Now, just think about that. Cutting the time short, that got to be crazy. Because imagine how much time we would have had. So then it says in verse 6, it says, "Reward her even as she rewarded you, and double unto her double according to her works. In the cup which she hath filled to her double. How much she have glorified us and lived deliciously." Call it where you calling from. You got to pause me in the background. What's your name? Where you calling from?
I'm calling from California. My name is Michael.
What's up, Mike? You got a question or comment?
Yes. With the end of the world coming, it's about Revelations and the end of the world. Do you think it's AI, these robots, or do you think it's the Chinese government? Who you think gonna bring about the end of the world?
What you mean by the Chinese robots? Like what role do you think they play in it? I guess let me say it like
no, not Chinese robot. Like, do you think it like they say China's gonna overtake America? I'm asking you, is it China?
Well, China is a part of it.
Up?
No, well, China is a part of it, but China is not what's going to be the end all be all. When you see them all coming down, like, everything is going to be centered around the Middle East. When you see like when they talk about the Valley of Jehoshaphat or the Valley of Decision, those are the things that you see. The closer that they get on the brink is the closer we get to it. That's more to it. China is going to play a part, but they're not the major part. They're not the major players. When you see Russia really dig into it, because then that forces America to show their hand and get into it, then you'll see we're like at the verge.
Okay, but one more thing was the robots and the AI taking over. They say the robots gonna replace humans.
Well, robots are replacing humans now. When I was in Vegas, I saw a car driving by itself, delivering a package. That's happening right now. In Jersey City, on Journal Square, Jersey City, I was walking through there going to get a coffee, and there was a little robot delivering a package right now. There's robots in places right now. McDonald's is automated. Somebody put in the chat. So there's robots. Let me tell you when it first started. Them self-checkouts, where now they make you work. All of that. All of those things. That's why, like, I told my daughter, my oldest daughter, the job I told her to get into was nursing. The reason why I told her to get in nursing is because you can't automate that. I didn't want her to take no other job. I didn't even want her to get in my field of the computers and stuff like that, because you don't know where that technology is going. I told her to get into nursing, and she did it. So I wouldn't take away from what you're saying is true. So I'm not taking away from the fact that you're saying that they're replacing us. So I'm not saying that. But China is not what brings in World War III. They're a part of it, but they are not what brings World War III in. I hope I said it right.
Okay, and this gonna be the last thing. You don't think the Antichrist though is like an AI cyborg, like a machine, like this really running the show?
Here's a better way to explain that. Don't think like that, because the Antichrist was in existence when it was spoken. Antichrist just means against Christ. So the Pharisees were Antichrist. The Sadducees was Antichrist. Judas was an Antichrist. So you can understand what an Antichrist is. What you're talking about is a cunningly devised fable a cunning device. So a device could be used. Like I remember when I remember one time, man, when I used to be on these phone lines, they started talking about the Blue Beam Project and the phone went out and they just swore that they was listening to us. So you can look at the projectiles, but you can see them preparing for that now. Are you aware of the Tupac hologram? They would put up the Michael Jackson hologram. You familiar with those?
Yeah, like the Easy E hologram.
Yeah, Easy E hologram, where they would put those holograms out so you could see them. So you seeing all the things that they can put in place. So what's to say that you won't be driving down the street and then boom, you see some giant man in the sky. You think it's real, but it's something they fabricated. Anything is possible when it comes to the so-called white man.
Personally, I'm gonna get off right after this.
Mm-hmm.
But I think the world's not gonna be here after 2050. In terms of like, a shift gonna take place by 2050.
I hope we don't even make it that long. You heard me? I don't want to make it.
Yeah.
I don't want to make it to 2050. I pray Christ return long before 2050. You understand?
Yes.
Long before 2050 gets here, I pray that Christ return. That's too long for me. Please. You understand?
Yeah.
All right. Anything else, brother?
No, that's it. Shalom.
All right. Shalom, brother. I hope this brother come on now. This brother told me midnight. My time is, and I mean, I'm sorry. He told me 11. It's almost 12. I'd have been asleep, y'all. I had a long day. When I be doing debates, sometimes my brain be having a reset. I'm gonna check again. Let me check. Let me see what he doing. Let's check it together. Let me see.
On the left hand side, through we see a lot of
they about to come on.
people who are using a Charlie Kirk talking point and a lot of polemics to kind of get on
618. What's your comment?
To say why we don't deserve
Yo,
one thing or another.
Do you think that the whole world is on in, or just in the world that we live in?
You said, do I think what?
The whole world is on in, or just this world that we live in?
I need to understand exactly what you're saying. No, I don't understand the question.
Like America, like as far as this world we live in, I mean like America. Or do you think
America. America's gonna burn, but the earth will always be here. Like in Revelations 21, I think in Revelations 21 and Revelations 21, it says, and I saw a new heaven and a new earth, for the first heaven and the first earth were passed away, and there was no more sea. And I, John, saw the holy city, New Jerusalem, coming down from God out of heaven, prepared as a bride adorned for her husband. And so you'll see a change of state. So when it says new heaven, because Israelites will have their heaven, the heaven of America will go away. America will burn, America will be destroyed. So the earth will be here. The world will change as you see it. The world as we know it will be different. It'll be the Israelite world under Christ, under the Most High. Now I do got to hop on live stream, brother. The brother's ready. But I'll probably do a live stream tomorrow. We can pick it back up. All right. All right. Thank you, brother.
All right. Thanks, man.
Peace. All right. All right. Boot him. All right. Now let's go and join the brothers live. Y'all can stay with me. Let's go ahead. Let me go ahead and join the brothers live. Now I may have to mute on this one when I show this to y'all. Let me hide that. Let me go here.
End of the day, in heaven, for shall be persecuted than the prophets which were before you.
Give me Matthew 15 and 24. When Christ said, I came for the lost sheep of the house of Israel, if it was just a Judah, Christ ain't never lied. Not one time. So if he came for the house of Judah only, he would have said only the house of Judah. But he said, I came for the house of Israel, all 12 tribes of the nation of Israel. Matthew 18:11 says that the Son of Man came to save that which was lost.
Hey, Shalom, Captain Tazaryach. I want you to give a warm welcome to the captain of
Shalom,
Hey, Real Nigga University.
Hey, what's going on? How y'all doing? Shalom. Y'all some show. What's going on, Akim? How y'all doing?
Hey, it's all good.
Okay. You know, y'all got me big. I don't need to be that big. You want to split it so they can see y'all too?
No, you are a guest. You are a guest.
Okay, that's how y'all do it. Okay.
Right. You are a guest. People gotta see. It's not about us. It's about you and the Most High God.
Most High Christ. Okay. That's what's up. What's happening, man? How y'all doing over there?
Hey, we living good. You know, we down in SoCal.
Yeah. It's like 9 o'clock, 9 p.m. for y'all, right?
Oh yeah.
Yeah, I was just in Vegas like last week, so I know what it feel like because I had traveled. I think I flew. My flight was like 5:36 East Coast, and then when I got out there, it was only like 9, even though it was like a 3-hour difference. So I had that time. So I get it, man. I get it.
Mm-hmm. You know, we ain't gonna take too much time. Hey, you know, I asked the question. It was in Folly, of course. It was early in the morning.
Mm-hmm.
I was up early in the morning, and I asked the brother. I said, "Yo, because I'm not a morning person. I'm more of a night owl, right?" Okay. And I said, "Yo, is the Most High up yet?" So we got to remember, hey, the Most High is always around.
Right.
The Spirit is always around. But without further ado, we seen you on all platforms almost.
Most High Christ. Yeah.
We did see you with God Logic.
Right.
We seen you with the so-called Jewish people.
Mm-hmm.
Representing the community and
That's
y'all
it.
That interview.
Hey, I saw Captain Tazaryach just got on there this time. What?
Yeah, you see the photo I put up?
God.
Listen, when y'all see this one, this one now. So the first one was funny.
Mm-hmm.
This one I would say is more brutal. Like it got some fun in it, but this one is more like you'll see. It's like more camp driven. Like the first one, you had the Sal, the creator, the comedian. You got the Jewish guys, you know, getting a feel out. They making their little jokes and stuff like that. This one, we got into the Christmas tree. We got into the white man is the devil. We got into racism. We got into cults. We got into everything. So it's more pointed because I didn't know who they was at first at all. Really, I had to look them up like an hour ago to see who they was, but Matan told me that they're the 2 of the most popular Christians on YouTube. And so on their channel, they do have like 1 million subscribers just about, but they don't know the Bible though. They don't know the Bible. They admitted that the Christmas tree is in Jeremiah the 10th chapter. They did not listen. I had to get them to pull teeth to admit that they putting gifts under the tree, so which makes it idol worship. They try to tell me this. What the funny part? They try to tell me, "What about Friday? What are you doing Friday?" I said, "I keep the Sabbath." But Friday is named after some idol that worship horses. And they try to use the name of Friday to say we worship. It was bad. Like when y'all see it, you'll see exactly what I'm talking about. This one was more crushing, as opposed to just funny. It was funny to us, but it got so bad at the end. The white guy was like, "Well, you said it was 10 minutes and we was it. It's been over 10 minutes. We got to go now." That's how bad it was. That's how bad it was.
Hey, I knew it was gonna be interesting. You had a brother with a dashiki on. They would say, "We gotta get somebody else to do with this."
And I turned him. So when I walk in, if y'all ever see that movie CB4 with Chris Rock,
yeah.
And so when I saw him, no lie, when I walked in the door, I said, "Oh, you the guy from CB4," and I was like, "And I'm black, y'all, and I'm black, y'all, and I'm blackity black." Right in front of him. Yeah, I did all that right in front of him. But to his credit, though, because he's sitting next to me, I knocked the little Santa. They got Santa in front of the table, and as we talking, I knocked Santa down on the ground. Santa down on the ground. Baton says, "Go pick that up." I said, "I ain't picking that up." He said, "I'm talking to the other black guy." And the black guy's the brother sitting next to me. And so he initially go to get it, and I grab him. I say, "No, you ain't picking that up. We ain't picking up no Christmas, no Santa Claus or nothing like that." And the whole show, Baton kept trying to get him to pick it up, and he would not pick it up. He stayed right with us and shit like that. The shit was dope. The shit was dope as hell.
Hey, Con, even Moses taught us we're supposed to destroy the idols.
Damn right. Damn right.
And if I'm not mistaken, Cat, you the only guest that has come on twice.
That's correct. It'll be it's gonna be a third time.
All praises.
That's how nice it is. And I think those things, and when you was saying that I've been on a lot of platforms, that's really the Most High. And I think a lot of times we can hear people say that it's the Most High, but I can honestly say that from my position, because most of the 90% of the opportunities that I've gotten is not from me reaching out to them, but them reaching out to me. Like Lee Peterson interview, they reached out to us. The 85 South, these two Matan ones, they reached out to us. And that's why I just thank the Most High to stay strong in his truth, because I don't want to ever fail him from the gift and opportunities that he's given me. So I just want to give all praises to the Most High for that.
Hey, Con, even on that, a lot of brothers and sisters know about your story coming to this truth.
Mm-hmm.
But my question unto you is, when did you turn from just knowing we the people of the book to actually becoming a law-abiding citizen of the kingdom?
Some things was instant, like giving up weed and shrimp was instant. That was the first two. Because I remember when it came to weed, so like in the beginning of November of 2009, like a couple days, 2 weeks into November, I said, I'm gonna stop smoking. So now at this time, I'm just watching the videos. I don't really know much. I'm watching. There was a video called The Curses. And so it was kind of explaining, we the children of Israel and stuff like that. So I call myself giving up. But then my wife had gotten into a car accident and she was fine. There was nothing wrong with her, but the car got hit in the back and the front. And I didn't have insurance on the car. And when I didn't have insurance on the car, I go right. So I come, she calls me, says she's in a car accident. I leave work, come to the car. I'm looking at the car. I don't have insurance on the car. It wasn't her fault. And so I'm just praying that the other person has insurance on the car. So while I'm waiting, the first thing I do is go to the barbershop, get a bag of weed. And as I go get the bag of weed, I roll a bag of weed, smoke it. And as I'm smoking it, I'm like, this is what I said to myself. I said, nigga, like, you smoking weed because of a car accident? I couldn't believe, like, I felt like an addict. I felt like a pure junkie that could not function unless I smoked that weed. And I didn't want to be weak anymore. And so that was that. And then the shrimp, I used to eat like a bag of shrimp damn near every day. So those two things was instant. The other things I started learning over time. And then when I got to ISUBK and started understanding what it meant to actually keep certain laws, what it meant for the Sabbath, what it meant clean and unclean foods, who you can marry, who you could not marry. Then I would say over time, by the time I became an officer of 50, I was locked in as far as being a law-abiding citizen, as you asked.
Hey, God, can you expound on that for me? A lot of brothers and sisters today, even if they know they're Israelite, they almost a full-abiding law citizen, but they still battling with that vice of smoking the weed. If you can expound on how you got over that.
I did it for Christ. Like, so before I came into the truth, I was always an on again, off again smoker. So I had been smoking weed since I was 13, and off and on. When I was in the middle, what's crazy is, so I was hustling up until, so I was hustling from 13 to 19. And then my sister, I got a twin sister. My twin sister joins the military, and as she's in the military, she went to South Carolina, where she did her basic training. And so she's writing, and I'm talking to her, and she was like, you really should think about joining the military, because you ain't doing nothing but hustling up there. It's working out for me. And I still wasn't going to join. And one day, so I just said I was hustling. So one day I come from this Jackson's Discount buying the bags to bag up, and now I'm on a corner. I don't have no drugs on me. And so when I'm on the corner with my partners, the fucking D's roll up, the D's hop out on us. And so as they hop out on us, they got us all, they searching us and everything. And they found this stash of dope. And when they find this stash of dope, now I didn't sell dope, but when they find this stash of dope, they like, if we don't find this dope on none of y'all all going to jail. And I'm saying to myself, I am about to go to jail for some shit that I didn't do. Thank the Lord, they found dope on 2 people. I didn't say nothing at all. Nobody said no. We all just sitting, standing there waiting to see, whatever. And I went and signed up to join the military then. So of course you can't smoke because you're joining the military. So I had to pass the piss test. So I go to Fort Knox. I did my basic training in Fort Knox, did my AIT in Fort Lee. When I got to Fort Hood, Texas, my permanent duty station, my barrack was on the 3rd floor. When I go on the 2nd floor, the white boy was selling the same drugs that I was just in Jersey City. The same drugs, the weed, the cocaine, the heroin. He's selling it right on the barracks, 2nd floor. And the first thing I said to myself was, why did I join the military? They doing the same shit in here. And it was worse because, so now I'm like, so my the brothers that I'm meeting, they saying how, they smoke. I said, well, what about the piss test? They was like, oh, they only test one of us because they don't want to pay for everybody. So on that military base in our company, the whole company would go take the piss test, but they only testing like 1 or 2 of those urines because they don't want to pay for it. So they said, long as you ain't the 1 or 2, you're good to go. I was like, all right, but pass the blunt. So I never had a real reason to not smoke, but it would always bother me. I would start reading the Bible. So I remember I read Romans 6:23 when it was like the wages of sin is death, but the gift of God is eternal life through Jesus Christ. And when I read that, I would quit smoking. I'd be in the bathroom or I'd be outside reading the Bible and I would quit. I would quit for 6 months. I would quit for 7 months. I would quit for this. Whenever I would go to church, I would be going to church because I grew up Christian. So I would go to the church. Isabella, if you're from Newark, you know about Isabella. Isabella was right down the street from the church. I would leave church, go do it. And every time after I smoked, I would always say, this is going to be the last time. So when it came to coming into the truth, I knew that I couldn't do it for myself. And I'm a little older if I tell a story long, right? But I hope this resonates with people. I know that I cannot keep this law myself. No law. I can only keep the law through my faith in Christ. That's how I discipline myself. Because when I understood the severity of Christ dying for us, and I told this story the other day. I was watching this movie, Saving Private Ryan. You ever see the movie Saving Private Ryan? At the end of that movie, I never watched the whole movie, but when I was flying to Vegas, I watched the whole movie. And at the end of that movie, when Tom Hanks and Matt Damon is talking to each other, Tom Hanks tells Matt Damon to earn it because they all died saving his life. Now, all he has when he goes home from that war is that these men died so that he could live. And then he says to his wife, tell me I was a good man. That's what he says. And he says, earn this. And so with Christ, now before I saw that movie, I had that in me. That's kind of how I looked at it. But that movie is a good way to explain it. When we look at what it means, God so loved the world. When we look at what it means, Christ dying for us, it should be something that we earn that life for his life. So that's what, when I adapted that concept, that's what makes it easier for me to keep the law. So it's not, I'm not that special. I'm not special at all. But I think we're all special under the Most High. So if we understand what Christ's death means, that's what makes it easier for us to stop all sin, whether it's weed, whether it's pork, whether it's white women, Chinese, whatever your affliction may be, you can do it under Christ.
Man, that's profound. I tell you, that weed demon is the crazy one because Jakes have put their whole life, structure their whole life around smoking. They smoke because they got up. They smoke to go to sleep. They smoke before they eat, and they smoke because they eat. You know,
Real talk. And that's the crazy part. And you know another thing I have realized. Now I realized this after when I stopped. What I realized is that, like, my father was a heroin addict, and I always used to say, I don't want to be like my father. Like, my father was a heroin. What I realized was that I was just like my father, except my addiction was different. My addiction wasn't heroin. My addiction was weed. And we're taught that weed is not an addiction. We're taught that weed is not a drug. And so because we think that weed is not a drug, that's why we go into it. And like you said, if you got to wake up and the first thing you got to do is get high, you got a problem. Just if you got to wake up and do anything, if you had to wake up and have a drink, that's a problem. The difference is alcohol has never been taught as a medicine. It might be taught as courage juice. It might be taught to settle your stomach, but it's not healing your body or anything like that. Whereas marijuana is an actual medicine. Like marijuana in its proper use, just like the coca leaf in its proper use, does have healing properties. We just, you said what?
Because of the cannabinoids in it.
Right, exactly. So like if you got certain pains and stuff like that, but you can't smoke it though. Like you could put it in a tea, you could put it in an ointment. There's medicinal usages of this plant the way God intended it to, but it wasn't meant for us to abuse. And so you're right. If you got to wake up like that, and when I dawned on me that I had became an addict like my father, I was really shamed by it. I mean, I was shamed a lot. Like in Ecclesiasticus, I think it's 4, it says there's shame that bring forth, let's see if I can find this scripture. Yeah, I think when it says there's a shame that bring forth glory and honor, I think it says something like that. Then there's a shame that, wait, let me see if I can find it. Ecclesiasticus 4.
I got it right here.
Yeah, can you read it, please?
It's the book of Tazaryach, chapter 4, verse 21. For there is a shame that bringeth sin, and there is a shame which is glory and grace.
Yeah. There's a shame that bringeth glory. And I like the shame that bringeth glory and grace now, because the shame we all go through is that we don't get high. The shame about it is we're called fools. Every time you tell somebody smoking weed is unlawful, they fight you tooth and nail. Tooth and nail. But if you ask if you can smoke crack or cocaine, they're gonna say no. But the same rules that you're trying to apply for marijuana, you can apply for anything if you go by that logic. The shame of Christmas, when we have shame that is glory and grace, because we don't have the stress of Christmas. There's no stress on brothers for December 25th anymore. The stress beforehand was like, I got to get the gifts. Got to get some for my mother. Got to get some for my grandmother. Got to get some for my wife, my side chick, all my kids. That's stressful. Now imagine you ain't got to celebrate that no more. You know how much money you save? You know how much your brain is free? Now, the other shame is if you don't have it. The other shame is, and shame, another word for shame is peer pressure. There's a heavy amount of peer pressure that is on us as teenagers that carries over into our adulthood. Did you hear what 21 Savage said recently? 21 Savage said that Atlanta raises pedophiles. And when he said it, I'm like, well, what does he talk about? But he started explaining how as kids, they prepare you to be in the club, because the way that they used to run the kids' parties, you had to buy, instead of buying a bottle in the club, you buying a bottle of soda, like you flexing like that, and how it prepared you to do it. And if you couldn't buy the soda, you were shamed. If you just like if you can't buy the bottle, you shamed. So there's a way that shame or peer pressure can pressure us into a lot of things where we don't have the shame, which is glory and grace. We be like everybody else.
Okay. Hey, well, to let me back on that, hey, I got to tell you, you brought up your father.
Mm-hmm.
Your testimony with forgiving your father helped me forgive mine.
Most high
With hearing
encourage.
how you did with you and your brother,
Mhm.
after I heard you do that, and I kind of felt ashamed, but I felt justified in my angst towards him. But hearing you do that, it helped me. So wow.
Yeah, it frees us. And that's a way to honor your father. You always hear people say your daddy ain't shit like that, right? But if you're here, how could your daddy not be shit? How can your daddy be trash if he had you? And life ain't, to me, like once you get to a certain age, daddy can't be an excuse, mama can't be an excuse. It could be the root of the problem, but it got to be something that you eventually can get over. But if you don't address the problem, that's why forgiveness is such a and people think forgiveness is for the other person, but it's just as much for you as it is the other person. Because if you hold that anger in, you don't know if that anger, like the anger I had for my father, blocked me loving my brother, and I thought I was loving my brother. It wasn't until I realized that I wasn't, and then when I forgave my father, and then it freed me up to actually love my brother. I'm like, damn. That's why it's hard for me to hold grudges. Like, that's why I don't hold grudges to this day. I don't hold no grudge against anybody, because if I hold a grudge, I don't know if that's blocking me from somebody that I shouldn't be. So it's better to just not hold a grudge. Now, that only applies to my people, though. That don't apply to anybody that's not my people. So if you not an Israelite, yeah. Yeah, so if you're not an Israelite, I'm not talking about that.
Hey, Salaki Cap. So, as you share your story with us, how do you translate this to now leading the many men in your camp, coming out to the highways and byways? Tell us like some of the highs and lows of being a leader of many.
The low, well, the burden is you can't be yourself, meaning like I don't have the luxury of being able to like go on Facebook or go on Instagram or go outside and just do whatever it is that I want to do. Because whatever I say or do, it people will listen to it, people will hear it and be like, well, Cap said it, so it must be okay. Or Cap said it, or so it must be like that. So the first thing you got to understand is the position that the Most High put you in. So that could be a high or a low, depending on how you feel about being as a person. But if you actually take it the right way, it could only be a high, because it's a discipline for you, because maybe you shouldn't say what you want to say. Maybe you shouldn't do what you want to do. The low sometimes is the trial and error that you go through with brothers. It could be a failure, and sometimes maybe you didn't give the right advice, or the failure and this brother didn't listen to you. So those are the only lows that I can experience, which there's not a lot of the lows, but those are the lows. The low, like most people probably think the low is having to take calls at 3 a.m, having to drive at the spur of the moment to go help a brother, taking calls all day. Those are all highs to me, because I owe a debt, and my debt to the Most High, I just feel like I'm paying it every time I take it. So the lows is only like if I ever give the wrong advice, that's a low for me. If somebody was to ever come to me, now thank the Most High, I haven't had nobody do that yet. I haven't had nobody come to me and say, Cap, you gave me this advice and it went against me. I haven't had that. I've only had, now here, okay, I'll give you a low. I've only had where I give advice and they don't listen. Like, I'll give a story. There's a brother used to be in our school, and he had a woman. So he lives in New York. He meets a woman in I want to say maybe let's say New Orleans because it was somewhere in that area. And so he calls me about the woman. So now he has a I'll try to make it short, but I don't know if it's because I'm getting old. I feel like my dad when I'm telling these long ass stories. So y'all stop me if I'm too long winded with the story. Y'all tell me. So the brother calls me up and he was like, he had, I think they call it TANF in New York, where you get government assistance for your apartment. So wherever the apartment he was at, the rent was $1,700.
Right, you kind of.
Did I go out? Hold on. What about now? Testing 1 2 1 2.
Okay, okay,
All right.
good now.
So they had something called TANF, and TANF was like government assistance where if the rent, I think his rent was like $1,700, and the city was paying $15, and so he was only paying $200. Let me check this. Oh, let me check the settings. Hold on. Let me see. Let me make sure I'm using the right. What about now? I'm gonna try to twist. Let me see. Let me see. Testing 1 2 3. Testing. Is it still out?
Okay, Con, chat. Y'all drop a Con 7 in the chat if y'all can hear him.
Yeah, can y'all hear me all right? Let me know if y'all can get me. Let me know. 1 2 3 4. How y'all? You hear me all right, brother? Y'all hear me okay?
Con.
Okay.
Okay, Con. They say I think it's just
Okay.
RN.
Okay.
Go ahead.
Hey, no problem. So he was only paying $200 a month. And so he's telling me how his landlord comes to him and says he wants to sell the apartment or sell it. And however it went, he would need him to get out of his lease, and he was willing to give him $6,000. And he was going to use that $6,000. His girl was going to move up from Louisiana. What should he do? I said, well, does she have a job when she move up there? He said, no. I said, brother, here's my advice. I said, don't let her move to where you at until she has a job. I said, and don't get rid of that TANF. You're only paying $200 a month. I said, if you do that $6,000, you're going to waste that money. He said, con out of one con. I said, bet. He going to listen to me. He called me back like maybe 3 months later. Cap, I need some advice. I said, what's up? He said, yeah, me and my rib, we staying in hotels right now. I said, why y'all staying in hotels? Oh, because I took the money from the cat, and so my rib came up here. I said, but brother, didn't I say you shouldn't move her up here? You shouldn't do that because you're paying $200. You're going to do this. And so he said, Salakia, sir. I give him more advice. He don't listen to that advice. He don't listen to this advice. Like, I counseled him to a point where he got mad at me because his life got worse, even though it was from him not listening to the counsel. So I go through more of that. So that could be considered a low because it's like you're wasting your time. At some point, you got to stop. But you try to help a brother. But that's about the only type of lows that I can really think of. As far as having to work and take calls, what I will say is that sometimes I do battle Satan when that phone rings, but I answer it every time. Because it's like, let's say if we do this live, for example, and then 2 people call my phone, Satan gonna tell me, nigga, you just went and debated, you did this brother's live. You got to take both of these calls, and I have to say, yes, I have to take those calls. So you do battle. Now the battles ain't as hard as they used to be. When I was a young man, I've been in this like 17 years now. So when I was a young man, it was a lot harder. But of course, as a young man, that's when you're learning to fortify your members as a good soldier of Christ. So, but now as a seasoned brother, you just get used to it. I tell you what, I want to shout out Yahweh All, right? Now, y'all, the world knows him as Joel. I call him Yahweh All because that's his Hebrew name. Yahweh All freed my mind. That's a phrase I come up with. I'm free your mind. Yahweh All did something for me, man. 2 weeks ago, 3 weeks ago, y'all were all sent this text out, said that he was getting off a Clubhouse. And I said, you know what, man? I'm going to get off a Clubhouse too. And when I got off a Clubhouse, I feel like I gained. You know how like when you got a phone and you got a clear storage and you delete like 300 gigabytes of storage and you got so much more space on the phone. That's how my brain feels getting off a Clubhouse. That's how my brain feels getting off a Clubhouse because I started realizing that the more I was on Clubhouse, it was keeping me from doing a lot of other things, and like it kind of like freed up my brain. So I did want to shout, yo, and I had texted him that, you know, we speak a lot, so I actually had texted him that. But there is no real low outside of those things. Everything is just a high. I don't know how to be down in the truth. I really don't. I don't know how to have pain in the truth. I don't know how to hurt in the truth. And what I mean by that is I'm not saying that you don't have battles, but I don't know how to have a low in the truth. I don't know how to have a letdown.
Yo, Captain Tazaryach, I want you to say that again because a lot of Israelites in the community, they have this dimsel attitude because they're in this truth.
Right. Nah, this is like in the scriptures, it says their simplicity is Christ. Like the truth for me has been the most beautiful thing I've ever done in my life. It's like when I remember every black person used to rap. I don't know no black man that never. Y'all used to rap? Did y'all used to rap? Yeah, everybody tried it one time to try to do that little 1-2-1-2 shit. I know everybody tried it, and so when I was younger, even when I was hustling, so I told you I was hustling from like 13. So I ended up hustling from like 13 to like really like 25, 26. But when I got to like 25, 26, it was Viagra. So that's not really like hustling. You know, my brother had some white girl gave my brother some Viagra pills. Let me tell you what's crazy about Viagra pills. I didn't even know that people was using Viagra. Young people. My brother come to my house and he like, yo, I got this white girl. She gave me all these Viagra pills. My brother loved them white women. And he bring me these Viagra pills, and I'm like, what the hell? No matter of fact, I was 27 or 28. And so I got the Viagra pills, they sitting in my closet. I ain't even thinking about it. And so the barbershop that I used to hang out at, the Cat T cutting my hair. And so I'm just talking to him, and he was like, I said, yeah, man, Steph just gave me these Viagra pills, but I don't even know what to do. He was like, what? You got them right now? I said, yeah, they're at the crib. He made one phone call. I sold all of them. Then he gave me another one. Then he gave me another pack. Then he gave me another pack. Like he got that white woman for like, I don't know how much Viagra. And I used to just sell. I did not know that young men was buying Viagra. I mean, young men, I can understand. Listen, if you like in your 50s and 60s or something like that, and the engine ain't running like that, I can understand. You know, I mean, it's like a pre-workout. Like you're taking a pre-workout. I can understand you need a pre-workout to do your thing, but for these young men getting Viagra pills, hey, somebody in your comment section said he was trapping the blue chews before the internet.
Hey, Salakia, I asked a young brother like that I know who does that. I'm like, brother, why you do that?
Mm-hmm.
He like, it's like driving a Corvette on the road. You don't need to do it, but it's fun.
What?
You know?
That's what. But then when they rod don't work when they get my age, then what they gonna do? Because their body gonna be addicted.
Wait a minute, hold on. This after hours. We can speak as adult on here. This is not really for the children. Wait a minute, I gotta throw this up there. Disclaimer. Parental advisory warning. Parents and guardians are hereby advised that this class contains mature subject matter and may be inappropriate for children. Attendance is intended solely for mature audiences and may include, but not limited to, coarse language, sexual content, and suggestive dialogue. Viewer discretion is advised.
Yeah, man. Okay. Like, so I think that's crazy because you're gonna have a dependency on that when you get older. I don't think people think like that. So, right. I forgot what we was talking about. Talk about the Viagra. But the truth, when we talk about this truth, like the truth it has to free you. Like when we say the phrase like free your mind, like you should. It's not, the truth is not supposed to be a burden. If the truth is still a burden for you, then you haven't let go of the world. It's that simple. The truth is like, and the truth is not even complicated. At the base level, the truth is keeping the commandments. So you look at your day-to-day life, the commandments that affect your day-to-day life, you're supposed to follow that. Now, you let your light shine. So for those of us that go to camp, for those of us that teach, that's letting your light shine. Because now you don't want just the people in your house to keep the commandments. You want everybody to keep the commandments. So now everybody's doing it. When you go through trials and tribulation, ain't none of us went through anything more trialing than Job. Job went through the craziest time ever. And he survived and he endured. So who are we to act like we can't do the same? So I don't know how to, like, this is fun to me. When I'm and I don't want people to misunderstand what I mean by fun. I don't mean fun like in a disrespect to the Most High. I mean fun like when I get off this live and I'm going upstairs, I have two phones in my hand, right? Two phones. When I go upstairs, I'm thinking what videos I can edit, what posts I can make for the truth. What am I going to talk about on a Car Chronicles tomorrow? Who can I debate? Who text for counsel? Who did for this? Like that's the entirety of my life. And then my wives and children come second after that. But the first thing that comes to my mind is that, like, it's not like somebody said in the chat, like the laws are not grievous. I don't have no bad time. I don't have no bad time in the truth.
Hey, read this for me real quick.
It's the book of Psalms 25, verse 12. What man is he that feareth the Lord?
Mm-hmm.
Him shall he teach in the way that he shall choose.
Right, come on, this is the point.
His soul shall dwell at ease.
You see that?
If
you soul's gonna dwell at ease.
Definitely.
Okay. Because that's that peace that comes with following the Lord. Like you said, it's easy and it's
yeah. Like it's a beautiful thing, man. You do that work and hoping that the Most High can look past all my wickedness and say, okay, he did something right for a change instead of all the evil shit that he did. To do that, so that's all I could do. I mean, I wish I want that to sizzle in people's spirits so you can be the same exact way. That's how we all supposed to be. Imagine if we all just function like that, like took the truth for what it is. In Matthews, the brother had said this scripture earlier when he said in Matthews, I think it was 10. I think it was in Matthews 10. It was like my burden is light. I just had that scripture. I was just reading this scripture. Let me see if I can find it real fast. It was like, oh, not Mark 7. I think it was Matthews 10 and something where it says my burden is light. If I can.
My burden is light, my yoke is easy.
Yes. I'm see if I can grab it. Matthew 11 and 30. Slack. It says, "For my yoke is easy, and my burden is light." That's how it's supposed to be with Yahushua. And if verse 28 says, "Come unto me, all ye that labor and are heavy laden, and I will give ye rest." Like Christmas season is the perfect time. That burden and that labor is because we believe we got to celebrate some Santa Claus. That's why it's like that. And now we come to Christ and we come to the truth of the Most High, and we ain't got to follow that. He just lifted off a burden and just made it light, made it easier for you. That's how we're supposed to be. We're not supposed to be these downtrodden. Oh, I'm an Israelite. Let me tuck my chain. Hold on, y'all. Oh, yeah, I know we aren't supposed to do that. You be treating it like you're ashamed of the truth. Because I'm on the flip side, them weed smokers, they promote that weed smoking. I was saying this in the Car Chronicle. A crackhead has no money. That crackhead gets high every day. Every day. No matter what, that crackhead getting high. I don't care what it is, what he got to do, what she got to do. They getting high because they love crack. Them Christians love Christianity. The Muslims love Islam. We supposed to love this truth more than them, at least. Like I know I love the truth more than the Christian, more than the Muslim, more than the drug addict, more than the fornicator. I love this truth more than any of them. But it has to show in how we conduct ourselves, and it can't be something that you become a reed shaking in the wind where every time something sway, you over here, now you over there, now you over there, now you over there, or lukewarm. We can't do none of that. You have to be totally locked in to this truth. That's why in the book of James, when it says, "You show me your faith, I'll show you my works and my faith."
And my faith.
That's what we're supposed to be.
Absolutely. And I want to go back to something you said about giving the brother counsel, because we do know that we can pull it in the multitude of counselors, there is safety.
Safety, that's correct.
Yeah. And if the brother had to listen to you, probably would have saved a few dollars, saved
Yeah.
a headache.
A major headache.
Yeah. Go ahead. Go pull this.
It's the book of Proverbs, chapter 11 and verse 14. Where no counsel is, the people fall. But in the multitude of counselors, there is safety.
Man, and I think that's one of the best things about the truth is that you always got a brother to call that can give you an answer that's not just his opinion.
Right.
You know what I mean? It's founded on the standard. And as long as you respect that standard, you can trust where it's coming from.
Real talk. Yeah.
You know?
And because I think in the Apocrypha, when it says you got to get you a man of understanding, like you can't seek a man, like I think it's in Ecclesiasticus, you got to seek a man whom the Lord approved. Yeah, make sure you do that. Like we got to, and when it comes to the body of Christ, and that's the beautiful thing about a body doesn't have all eyes, all toes, all arms. A body has multiple parts. So but everybody's not a counselor. So you got to seek that counselor. Like I don't have a gift of tongue. That ain't my gift. So when you start talking that Hebrew, I'm gonna give you a couple of Hebrew words. I can pick up a Torah, I can read it, but I don't understand it like that. I would say I'm a novice. I would put myself as a 1, but that ain't my gift. And you know what? That ain't got to be my gift because we got other brothers that have that gift. Some brothers got gift for scripture breakdown. Some others got gift of history. Some brothers got gift of prophesying. Some got gift of counseling. You got to find where it's at, where your gift is at, and go into it. Like the Lord's given me a gift to go into the world. I don't know how I got the gift, but I can go into the world and fish people out. I know I have that gift. And the reason why I don't say debate is because it don't just come from debating. It just comes from, Lord just putting me in different spaces. I remember Genuine, this brother, the singer Genuine, he followed me. It's funny. Genuine followed me in like, what's this, 2025? Genuine followed me in like December of 2023 on Instagram. I thought it was a fake account. I ain't dead ass. But I messaged the account. And so I messaged the account and I said, man, I appreciate the follow. I followed him back. And then like February the next year in 2024, he hit me back and he was saying, man, love the work, XYZ like that. And I ended up meeting him in March at one of his concerts, brought him backstage. And it's funny because if he ain't know nothing else, he knew to cross the line shit. He said, yeah, you told Polite to cross the line and stuff like that. And so I'm able to go into these different spaces. And so that's how I know the Lord uses me. And so I go into that. So I look to find, okay, how do I go to this space? How can I get in this space? Where can I get? Like being involved with like brothers like Whack 100, being involved with brothers like Moneybag Mafia down in Atlanta, 607 Unk, who I'll be working with. Like in my mind, I'm not supposed to be able to work with any of these brothers. And now here's what's the crazy thing with Whack for us. I'm gonna use Whack as an example. We got a prison department program in ISUBK. And this past Tuesday, R&B, who's Whack's wife, is calling me on my iPhone on FaceTime. And I told this story, I made a clip of it, so I won't make it this long. So R&B calls me on FaceTime. When I answer the phone, she got a brother sitting with her and a sister. She's calling me to tell me to ask to get me to admit that she beat me in some debate that we had, which she didn't, and we laughing. But the brother that's a film director says to me, "Shalom, Cap." So he knows me, but I don't know him. At least I don't think I know him. And as I'm figuring out who he is, when he messages me on Instagram, I find out that it's a brother that I've been messaging for months, giving him counsel. Never met him, never seen his face, or never talked to him. But just through DMs on Instagram, I'm counseling him. That's one connection. Then the girl that's with him is my brother, the brother that took me to the Matan interview in Los Angeles when I flew to LA. His wife is sitting with R&B because she works with that same film crew. And then she puts her husband on the phone, who's a warrior, and he's the brother that came into the truth in the prison department. Now, all of us are linking up like that. Like, what are the odds that Wax's wife is with my brother's wife, is with a film director that I was been counseling for 6 or 7 months? What are the odds of that?
Hey, man, going to the Lord, man.
Mm-hmm.
I tell you, I remember when I first got into this thing, start trying to teach, I found myself trying to teach like other brothers or sound like this Jake who I like. But I tell you, it became so freeing when I stopped that. I said, I gotta let the Lord use me in my way, use my voice. And it's like it put a battery in my back, and it just kind of freed me up from trying to be in the shadow of somebody else and say, no, the Lord has given you a unique gift and be that. So
yeah. You know what though? It's not really a bad thing though. So in the Maccabees, when Mattathias was about to pass away, he reminded Judas and his sons of all the men that came before him. Right? So we have those men. Even in the Bible, when it says double honors to the elders who put in work. Now, I don't necessarily like the word elder like that, but that is what the scriptures say. And so the men that came into this truth before us, and you emulate them, it's not a bad thing. It's normal. You know why you're emulating them? Because you haven't found your lane yet, your niche. I know when I used to speak, like I was in class. My first classes was General Mayak and General Hyman. Then I would watch the grill with Commander Jenny Hanna. And so I used to listen to them and then kind of pick how they spoke and then would utilize it until I could craft it into my own. So what you're talking about is kind of normal. It's like if you're going to play basketball, before you know how to play like yourself, you emulate the Jordans, Carmelo Anthony's, Derrick Rose. You emulate them because you don't have your own style yet. Then once you develop your style, now you craft out your own niche. So those things are normal. You just want to thank the Most High that you have people to emulate. You could have them wicked ass pastors to emulate. You know what I mean? You could have, you be out there trying to touch little kids. You got righteous men, righteous brothers, and even for the sisters got the Ruths, the sisters have the Deborahs, the sisters have Aquila and Priscilla. Well, I think Priscilla is the wife. They have women that they can look to that can be inspiring. So we all have those things. And I think it's an honor to have men to be able to pattern ourselves after as we get our own lane. So that's not a bad thing. It would only be a bad thing if, like you said at some point, you said, let me get my own. Now, if you never get your own or you just out here sounding like whoever you think you should, then you're not genuine to yourself. But in the beginning, it's kind of like normal to teach like or sound like somebody. That's kind of normal.
Well, I'll tell you, a hallmark of your styles, you really delve into the childhood traumas that plague our people.
Christ. Mm-hmm.
Right? Especially like with some of the series that you've done.
Mm-hmm.
Question I have for you, what weight do you think we should put on Esau's like licensed practitioners as far as like their therapy as opposed to getting counsel from the Lord? And how do you separate the two? How do you say, okay, you might need to actually go to a social worker?
I think you should do both in some cases. So it depends on the severity of the counsel. Some counsels are conversation. So like, let's say if it's just like, if you're going to a counselor to deal with trauma, and it doesn't require you to be like medicated or anything like that, that's something you could just go to a priest of the Lord. But if it's something severe, if it's physical trauma, along with mental trauma, it might be something where you want to go get a psych evaluation. Like like, I tell a lot of women, I tell more women to get that done than men. Like I'll tell women quick, hey, you might want to go get your psych. You ever had a psych evaluation? Like when you hear them talking about it, because a lot of our sisters unfortunately suffer from bipolarism. Some of our brothers suffer from those things too. So now what's good about the psych eval, you heard of like the Dr. Sabies and them, right? Dr. Sabie and them is somebody they think they can fix you with natural herbs. The problem with that is when they come to you, they say, well, how are you feeling today? They say, well, my leg ache and this ache and that ache. That's not an evaluation because you can't evaluate yourself. The doctor's supposed to be professional enough to go into detail to determine what is wrong with you, what's not wrong with you. So I would never tell anybody not to get a psych eval because they can monitor your heart, they can monitor certain things, check your blood pressure, check your cholesterol. There's a lot that can go into your diet. So I think you should do both. It just depends on the severity of the situation as to, how much you do it.
Hey, Con. Even the scriptures teaches us, forsake not a physician. Is
Yep.
that right?
It says honor the physician. Yeah. Correct. Mm-hmm.
In your time walking in the truth, Kat, have you ever experienced moments where the world tried to pull you back or lingering temptations resurface? If so, can you talk about how you dealt with that?
I wouldn't say the temptation part, but trials, yeah. My two I say is the first one was I remember I was talking. I don't like talking to General Hyman when I had slaveries, right? Because General Hyman was said one day, "How's your slavery going?" I said, "Everything's going pretty good." And then I lost that bitch like 2 weeks later. I said, "Son, about that damn slavery gone." And so at that time, I was working. The company was SBS. It was network engineering. I was making real good money. Had 2 cars, XYZ like that. And so when I first lost the job, it's like, you go from making all this money and then now you're not making the money. And my car I had a Maxima, my car got repoed because I couldn't make the payments, but I still had one car. And here's the crazy part. The second car that I had was a PT Cruiser that the company that I work for gave me as incentive to come get the job, but it still had some of the jobs logo on it. So it's a car, it drives, but I got my little Maxima stunting and I got the little PT that's the backup car. Now I'm with the backup car. And so that's when it's like, are you really going to do this? You're going to stay in this and stuff like that. And how I beat the demon that's what gave me more time to really go into the truth, because we didn't have a school in Philadelphia at the time. In New York, we only had a school in Philadelphia. So I just started driving back and forth to Philly. I mean, I drove that car till the wheels fell off, literally, to battle it. But at the time, it's so unknown because it's like, how are you going to get the bills paid? And then when I'm looking for jobs, I was doing contracting, and then the only job I could find was Home Depot. So the job I was working at that time was paying me about 75 or 78 a year. This was 2012. And I get laid off in like May or June of 2012, collected unemployment till I think January, February of 2013. Couldn't find no job. The only job I find is Home Depot, and they was only offering $20, $10 an hour, 20 hours a week. I was getting $200 a week. I still to this day try to fathom, how did I survive on $200 a week? Listen, I had, and it was a struggle. It was a struggle with keeping the lights on. It was a struggle with the rent getting paid. It was a struggle with all that and I'm still pushing the truth. One of the lowest points here when the Lord I tell this story. This story means, when I tell y'all this story means the earth to me, means everything to me. When I debated Polite, December 7th, 2013, I had to go to Home Depot. December 15th, I'm in Home Depot in the rain, moving Christmas trees. And I don't want to say I was depressed, but I was right. I was like right there. Cause I'm sitting, it's cold as shit. It's cold as hell. I'm sitting there with a hoodie on because it's raining. And I'm like, man, I just fucking debated Polite and I'm fucking with these Christmas trees. And the Lord, all the Lord had to do is just, a brother randomly says, are you and I, CBK, my eyebrows raised because I think I'm about to fight and I'm always ready for the fight. Not fight physically, but, with the battle. And he talked about seeing the Israelites battle Polite. I said that was me. And so the Lord gave me a little light so I can get through the day. And then I forgot about it. So those two are probably the lowest. But how I just dealt with it is to just fight through it. And that's all a part of growth too, because as you go through those low points, you got to always know the Lord will pull you out of it. You just have to keep obeying him. It doesn't matter. Like, look, this life ain't about what wealth you get in the world. That's not what the truth is about. The truth does not guarantee you wealth in this life. It does not guarantee you to be happy in this life. It doesn't guarantee you anything but what we get in the kingdom. That's all we're doing this for. And so to endure in battle just hardens you. So now, if I was to ever go through that again, it don't bother me. So I've lost the slave. So I had so I lost that, worked at Home Depot. I worked at Home Depot from 2013 to 2015. Same thing, never increased my hours or nothing. And the more I just dug into the truth. And then in 2015, I was able to get back in my field of work and then got right back to that same money. And then in the middle of that, I started doing this, the business with the butters and stuff like that as a side hustle. And I wasn't taking that serious. COVID hits. And when COVID hits, the company I was working for waited until I got every site set up to work through their phones. And then they laid me off. And when they laid me off, now I'm more prepared now because I'm seasoned. So it just allowed me to work the business that I have a little more, push that. And then if I had to Uber or Lyft on the side, I would do that, but do anything to not have to not push the truth. So those were low points. They were absolutely low points, but they wasn't low enough to break me. I don't think there's anything that could break me in the truth.
Hey, gone. I know you get this question all the time, Adam.
Mm-hmm.
I know you get this question all the time, right? Due to the stance of your organization, which is if you're not in ISP UK, you're not in the truth. We understand that, right?
Mm-hmm.
Now, I see you personally sharing the stage with brothers on Clubhouse and various other platforms, even the Sons of Thunder platform. You seem to vibe well with General Yawa'al. As you seem to vibe well with other Israelites in other organizations. How are you able to maintain this level of humility when your organization holds that stance?
Because that stance is not against Israelites. It's a stance that would cover everybody. It's not about Israelites, and it was never meant to be against Israelites. It was meant, at least we thought. So the way that stance came about was when the group GMS was teaching, you can do two things. You can grape a woman and be with underage girls. I'm sorry, yeah. And so there was a video where these brothers from GMS was arguing with these white news reporters and was telling them that they was going to grape them and tell them you could do this and tell them you could do that. And we didn't want to be affiliated with none of that. So that's the birth of that. Prior to that, we never said that. And also Commander General Hanna has said for all camps to come together. So when I'm around Israelites, I don't look at it like I'm around Israelites. Just like when I'm around Christians, I don't look at it like I'm around Christians. When I'm around like the WAC 100s on Clubhouse, I don't look at it like I'm around. I'm just there. It's not unlawful to be with y'all. It's not unlawful to sit on stages. It's not against IHBK protocols to sit on stages with brothers, to go anywhere. The only thing that would be wrong is if I said, yeah, I'm joining y'all. But to be on a stage, to rock and have conversations, is nothing wrong with that at all. So that's the best way, that I can put it. And here's another thing. Let's say if any group was to say the same thing, it wouldn't bother us, because what another group says is never going to affect how I feel about the truth. That's how I think y'all should take it. I don't think y'all should,
Right.
yeah, you know what I'm saying? I don't think nobody should be offended at their stance. And what I am going to say though, what I do find is that a lot of the other Israelite groups have taken that same stance with what they have been seeing from other Israelites. I know personally of other groups that say, no, we're not affiliated. They're using that same slogan, and they're finding out why we said it. Because like even in Romans 9, when it says they are not all Israel which are of Israel, y'all not gonna tell me that all these people that are saying they Israel, y'all think they Israel. And there's nothing wrong with separating yourself from that. So that's how we look at it.
Hey, Khan. Hey, all praises. That's that's the right answer. That's the beautiful answer for brothers and sisters to understand. You want. So, for what I'm getting out of this is that you want. I say this phrase. You want everyone, all Israelites that look like us, fall under these curses, to be law-abiding citizens of the kingdom.
Right, and be together. Yep, that's what we want. We want us to be truly to be like one body instead of a divided body. That's what we want.
Hey, Khan, all praises. Which going to lead me to this. What role do you think brotherhood, along with sisterhood, plays in staying in the truth? What does that brotherhood personally mean to you?
I think without brotherhood, there wouldn't be no truth. Speaking of ISHBK Commander Jenny Hana, I have great examples of that. Like Commander Jenny Hana, General Hyman, General Mayak, and the other generals, they've been together so long, and that can only come from brotherhood. Like there's no brotherhood is how you endure all the things that I said about my job and problems, XYZ like that. You're able to survive it because you have brothers that you can call. If you by yourself, you'll be destroyed in this place. Nobody could survive by themselves. You would need somebody. Same thing with sisterhood. The only thing with sisters be having a battle. Y'all sisters, wow, sometimes, but the sisters and the brothers, without that, you don't survive. That's a community. Like without a community, we don't survive. Like we need we need a true Israelite community that stands on brotherhood and sisterhood. And when problems arise, we can actually deal with the problem. There's a place of counsel, there's a place of order that you can go to. And that when you can go to that counsel, like in 1 Timothy 5:1, I'm just skip through some of these verses when it says, rebuke not an elder and treat him as a father, younger men as brethren, elder women as mothers, youngers as sisters with all purity, honor widows that widows indeed. If a widow have children and nephews, let them first learn piety. She that liveth in pleasures, dead while she liveth, all these things given charge that they may be blameless. And it says, but if any provide not for his own, especially for those of his own house, he have denied the faith. We supposed to be a community that hold ourselves accountable. We don't need the white man system. We don't need the Arab system. We can have our system living under those laws, statutes, and commandments. The Bible say you go to the unjust instead of the just, but we so concerned about going to the unjust. We so concerned about being divided. Who got this best doctrine? My doctrine better than yours. But there's nothing that beats brotherhood. Nothing. And my whole entire time in the truth, brotherhood wins. Doctrine don't win nothing. Brotherhood defeats doctrine all day. So that's the importance of brotherhood and sisterhood, period. That's my answer.
Khan, I got one more question, couple more questions to as we come into conclusion of this.
Okay.
The state of Israel right now, the past year has been wild. I only been in this thing for about five years.
Uh-huh.
Came, COVID, a lot of Israelites woke up during COVID, right? But my time to shoot, I think this is it's crazy.
Yeah, it's like a Diddy year.
Right now, it will literally has to be the Most High say, no, follow them there. They're the ones that got the truth. I know it looks a little worldly, but with all that being said, within the next 5 years, basically if we're still in this episode,
right.
Where would you like to see the Israelite community today? Where would you like to see the Israelite community in the next 5 years?
I would like to see I wish Israel would get rid of respect to persons. It's plagued us since the New Testament. Respect to persons has plagued us. In this past year, I've seen some horrific things happen in the nation of Israel. And I don't know what's more horrific. I don't know if the things that we found out or the fight to stand with the people that have done those things. You think about the Guerrilla Hebrews. On my live stream earlier, I was talking about that group that had the lesbian pretending to be a man in the group and having her whip out the rod and show the dildo and all that. And they passing around videos of the dildo and people like that. Yeah. It was nasty work, man. But I think respect to persons is the greatest thing that has destroyed and always will destroy, because when we love a person, it's hard for us when they make a flaw to hate their flaw so that they can be corrected. If I do something, what I love about my school, if I do something wrong, I can expect to be punished for what I did wrong. And that's not having respect of persons. In the next 5 years, if we don't start understanding that right now, if I could just speak plainly, Israelites are trying to destroy the Israelite movement. We're seeing that clean. There is no way anybody can deny that. You have Israelites that are attacking Israelites. In the next 5 years, what I would hope to see is that we get rid of the weeds. I would hope to see that we just cut them off, that we give them no life. That's the only way we survive. We need to show the Most High that we're tired of dealing with the heresies. The Bible says heresies must come for that day which are approved by God. I believe. Can we read that? Can y'all find that? Heresies must come.
The heresies must.
I think it's for 1 Corinthians 11 and 19. Is what it says. Yep. It says, I have it. I'll read it for y'all if y'all don't mind. It says,
we can have a brother read it for you.
No sweat. I appreciate it.
It's the book of 1 Corinthians, chapter 11 and verse 19. For there must be also heresies among you, that they which are approved be made manifest among you.
That's it. And this is what we got to show the Most High. So when it says, for there must be heresy, the verse 18, can you read verse 18 for me, brother?
And it reads, for first of all, when you come together in the church, I come together in the church like I hear that there be divisions among you, and I partly believe it.
And can you read the next verse again one more time?
1 Corinthians chapter 11, verse 18.
No, verse 19.
Oh, it's like verse 19. For there must be also heresies among you, that which are approved may be made manifest among you.
So now, when it says that they which are approved may be manifest, like this is these next 5, let's say if Christ don't return in these next 5 years, this is going to be the greatest test for Israel. When I tell y'all, I try to tell y'all about that group last year and what they was doing, nobody believed me. So I'm going to try to warn the people again. There is a conglomerate of Israelites that y'all love or loved that are coming together, banding together to get rid of the doctrines that we have followed, rid of the doctrines that we know to be true. And this verse says, heresies must come, that they which are approved may be manifest among you. And the Lord's going to see who's going to be approved among us. And so we have to weed that out. We need to get rid of it. We think, like, I think sometimes we take being an Israelite as a joke. We don't take it as the serious nature that it is. Being an Israelite is not about debates. Being an Israelite is about what you ask about. It's about your brotherhood and about your sisterhood. And if these brothers can't be brothers and then now turn against us, how can they be brothers if they're debating what you believe in? If they're trying to destroy everything that you believed in? It can't be. So you have to treat them just like you would treat a Christian. Then we can show the Most High we're not with them. We don't stand with them. But if we continue in the fashion that Israel normally does, and the fashion that we normally function as, a brother or sister leaves the truth and they start coming up with some other doctrine and they say, and here's what the brothers that stayed say, well, they're still keeping the commandments. That's what they say. That's the excuse that they make. When it's better to say they just like them Christians over there. Like, this is the time that the Lord is weeding everything out, and it's up to us to decide whose side to be on. So in the next 5 years, I always pray for the same thing, that Israel gets saved, like Romans 10:1. But I also pray that Israel gets a better grip on respect to persons, not be afraid to stand on the truth, and that brothers can come together. And I pray at some point that these groups come and have a conversation with Commander General Hanna about coming together. Why can't the leaders of these groups at least have a conversation? Most people don't know, and I never tell the group. Back in 2014, when I had my first cookout, I went to all the groups, and not all of them, there's some I didn't go to, but I asked them, would you come and sit at the table? 2 of those groups came to me and personally told me that they was going to join ISUPK. They was going to bring their members. And so the only conversation we had to have was, how would it work out? What rank the brothers that are bringing would have, X, Y, Z. And then those 2 groups backed out for whatever reason they chose to. So it ain't like we've never reached out to have the conversation. Brothers just don't do it. You have to at least call our bluff. That's what I would want. Call our bluff. Whatever leader out there, call the bluff of the ISUPK, speak to Commander General Hanna, speak to myself, or speak to the general, however the protocols in our school is set forth, have the conversation and see what happens. And imagine what could become of that if we all join together under a banner. So that's what I would hope would take place in the next 5 years.
Okay, gone. As we close out, and if you would allow, we want to do something different on the lighter side.
Okay.
All right. But the last question before we get to that, what's the next big move for Captain Tazaryach?
Well, technically it was today, doing that debate on Matan's platform. I do have I got a debate Monday, I think, with this guy William Bell, this Roman Catholic, which is supposed to lead to another debate. I'll be filming in January, late January, beginning of February, with that same movie director I was telling y'all about with WAC 100 607 Unc. I can't tell y'all what I'll be doing, but that's gonna be something. Those are the things that I have coming up, and just teaching, and more teaching. That's it. And pray and sending enough prayers that it reach up to the Most High, that He come down here and slay this white man so we can get up out this kingdom. That's what I got coming up.
Hey, Captain Tazaryach, we want to test your knowledge.
I don't know the Bible like that, so we're gonna see.
We'll do a little something here on After Hours. call
This
it
is right.
the truth is right.
All right. They gonna make a clip out of me. All right. Finish the verse. Okay.
The Lord did not set his love
I
upon
can't hear you over the music.
Oh, like it. Let me turn it. I'm on my background.
That music is funny, man. That music is funny. Okay, yeah, it's lower now.
Okay, Con. Finish this verse. The Lord did not set his love upon you, nor choose you because
You were the most. I think it's because you were the most or the greatest. Is it the greatest?
it's along them lines.
It's like the Lord didn't choose you because you gonna have me cheat. Yeah, I thought that's what it was. The Lord didn't choose you because it's in Deuteronomy. I know it's in Deuteronomy, right? Am I right with the book? Oh, the Lord didn't choose you. Say it again one more time.
The Lord did not set his love upon you, nor choose you because
We were more in number.
Con.
I cheated though.
You ain't cheating, you ain't trying.
Deuteronomy 77. The Lord
Right.
did not set his love upon you, nor choose you because you were more in number than any people, for ye were the fewest of all people.
Right.
Hey, finish this verse. Therefore, when thou doest thine arms, do not sound a trumpet before thee, as the hypocrites do in the synagogues and in the streets.
I gotta know verbatim what he says.
If you give us the gist of it, give us the gist.
But you should do it secretly. You should go into a door. Do it not thy arms as the hypocrites do, but do it. You should. Rich, can you say it again one more time? It'll jog my memory, maybe.
Therefore, when thou doest thine alms, do not sound a trumpet before thee, as the hypocrites do in the synagogues and in the streets.
I think it's something about because they glorify men.
For they have their reward.
Oh, I gotta say the whole thing. Oh, okay, yeah.
I'll finish it out for you, Adawan. Okay, one more. Finish this verse. So, when this corruptible shall put on incorruption, and this mortal shall put on the immortality, then shall be brought to pass, saying that this is written.
I don't know that one.
Con is
y'all made sure y'all pick some hard. Y'all bad.
Hey, Adawan, you're a powerful teacher, but we've been playing this game with hours.
Is it 1 Corinthians 15?
Con.
Okay. You still got the chapter right. You still got it.
In 54. Let me see. I think you should be able to get this last one. I think you should be able to get this.
I don't know. I don't think so. But go ahead.
Let's see. We're gonna see. One shall say, I am the Lord's, and another shall call himself by the name of Jacob, and another shall.
I don't know. I don't even know where that one's at. I told you I don't know the Bible like that.
So we look about Isaiah 44:5. Subscribe with the Lord. And by the name of.
I have to go back in class and get taught. You said that was Isaiah 44 and what?
That was Isaiah 44.
Yep, I see it. Yep.
As we move forward, hey, let's see where you get your wisdom from. Let's see how well you know this wisdom. For the incorruptible spirit.
This segment, you just telling us who said it. You don't gotta finish the verse.
You don't gotta finish this verse one. You just gotta drop this wisdom. Who said it? For thine incorruptible spirit is in all things.
Yeah. For thy incorruptible spirit is in all things. No.
We're looking for Wisdom of Solomon 12:1.
Y'all cheating, man.
All you got to do is say that's Solomon, that's David, that's Paul.
Yeah. You just got to tell us the prophet or apostle.
Okay, I'll do my best. Do my best.
Okay, listen. I think this one should be easy for
Yeah,
you.
y'all set me up good. No, I'm just messing around. I'm just messing with. Go ahead, man.
Let's see. I think you should be able to get this one. If it's possible, as much as I light in you, live peaceably with all men.
That's well, that's Paul.
Con.
I got one.
You get a bonus point. He tells what chapter.
I think it's Timothy. It'll be Timothy 2. Is it 1 Timothy 2?
Romans 12 and 18.
Wait. But in Timothy, he does say, "Be at peace with all men, love the brother."
He does say that.
But in all fairness, it's late over there.
Right.
It's late over there.
But Paul did say,
It is 1:20 where I'm at. It is 1:20. Y'all got me up late as hell. I want y'all to know.
Hey, we got something for you, Adawan. One more. Who said it? Who said it? Let me see. I'm trying to give you an easy one.
Damn.
Right?
I'm trying to give you an easy one. It's diabolical. Go ahead.
Listen, I saw the Lord sitting upon the throne, high and lifted up, and his train filled the temple, and the angels cried, "Holy, holy, holy."
It's either John the Revelator or Isaiah.
Con, that's Isaiah. Now this next one, it may be, I don't know. I'm gonna give you one. I'm gonna ask one question on this. What chapter verse? Let's see. These questions may be a little hard. I'm gonna ask this one. If my people, which are called by my name, shall humble themselves and pray and seek my face and turn from their wicked ways, then will I hear from heaven and will forgive their sin.
Let's see the First or Second Chronicles 7 and 14 or 16.
Con, Second Chronicles.
Yeah.
All right, as we move forward, we asked over 100 Israelites, what law does Israelites struggle with the most in and out of the faith combined?
Adultery.
Let's see. Number one answer on the board was gossip. Number 2 was idolatry. But number 3, I forgot to put on there. Number 3 was adultery.
Yeah. Gossip, yeah. Gossip is something. Yeah, I would say that. I would put adultery before idolatry, but that's the poll, so.
We got to redo that. I got to branch it out a little bit more. We're going to have to ask out Israelites. One more. Name someone in the Old Testament that displayed great faith. We asked over 100 Israelites that.
Name someone in the Old Testament that displayed great faith. Outside of Abraham?
Con that one.
I would say a couple. Can I name more than one or just one?
Hey, Con, you can name more than one. We're gonna see the top 2 answers.
Okay. So I would say Job. Job never left the Most High. I would say Moses. I would say Meshach, Abednego, brothers that went in that fire. Don't get no more greater faith than that. I'll say Daniel. Does the Maccabees count as the Old Testament?
Now we can put on there, yeah.
The 7 brothers and a mother also displayed great faith.
Now let's see what the number one answer. Number one answer on the board was Job. Second answer was Moses and Daniel. Hey, and that concludes the truth is right. Hey, I want y'all to look out. I want y'all to look out for this. We got some things. We got some things going on. It was definitely a pleasure.
Yeah, definitely.
One more time. I want to play this one more time.
Give me Matthew 15 and 24. When Christ said, I came for the lost sheep of the house of Israel, if it was just a Judah, Christ ain't never lied. Not one time. So if he came for the house of Judah only, he would have said only the house of Judah. But he said, I came for the house of Israel, all 12 tribes of the nation of Israel. Matthew 18 and 11 says that the Son of Man came to save that which was lost.
Hey, all praises. Hey, I don't want. Hey, it's definitely an honor, a privilege to have you on After Hours. I know it's real late. I know it's real late for you.
Yeah.
So let you close out the show. We're gonna let you close out the show. Any last words?
No, man, I just appreciate y'all all for allowing y'all to do the live stream. You know, I appreciate y'all bringing me on, and I hope that Israelites realize is that we can have these type of conversations. It's not a big deal. I think the way y'all interpret what we say makes it feel like y'all can't talk to us, but as you can see, y'all talk to us, and y'all all of them have come to our school plenty of times. They come to our school with class, come to our school with cookouts. We don't get invited too much. I'll throw that out, but we invite brothers to everything that we do. But I appreciate y'all having me, man. If you ever want me to come back, just let me know. But I'm Captain Tazaryach of ISBK under Commander Jenny Hunter.
Hey, Conrad, we look forward to more future events. We look forward to more future with brothers. Hey, with that, hey, us on this side, hey, with the sons of the Israelites, it's the hopes and hearts and prayers inside that all of Israel shall be saved. Hey, Shalom. Hey,
Shalom, brother.
Hey, come back next week. Come back next week. Come about a link. Come about a link. We show brotherhood on here. Let's want to play the game. Want to play the game? Send us an email. Type in the comments. Hey, Shalom.
Hey, Shalom, brother. Y'all take it easy. All right, man. I appreciate y'all rocking with me today. Now I'm finally gonna go to sleep. I might sleep for 2 hours now. I might actually get like 4 hours of sleep. I'm definitely gonna get up. I'm not gonna be in the gym at 5:45 though. I tell you that. Probably sleep in a little bit. But I appreciate y'all rocking with me. Again, a shout out to y'all all for doing the live. And until next time, Shalom Israel.